Han Solo Bespin. Smuggler, scoundrel, hero, Han Solo, captain of the Millennium Falcon, was one of the greatest leaders of the Rebellion Alliance. He and his co-pilot Chewbacca came to believe the cause of the galactic freedom, joining Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia Organa in a fight against the Empire. Hello, and welcome to another Centurion's Corner, and today we're reviewing Han Solo Bespin. Now, there's someone out there that's been following my channel for a little while, and apparently he's like a 12-year-old me. So this review is dedicated to 1980s and Star Wars guy for following me. He wanted his shout out, and I gave him a choice of which characters that I have to review, and he chose this guy. So everyone, big thumbs up to him, and thank you very much. So here he is, Han Solo. It's my first normal Han Solo. The other Han Solo I got is a young Han Solo, Minbin. So this is my first Han Solo original series trilogy Han. And I must admit, I think the Bespin kind of look is kind of like the traditional sort of Han Solo outfit. Yeah, we got the sort of like black vest one, but you know, this is the one they chose for Battlefront 2. It's just, I don't know, just reminiscence of that sort of is a bit sort of rebel type Han Solo. You know, he actually looks like the General Han Solo or Captain Han Solo, who he should be. But yeah, so we'll just crack on with the review and getting with this figure. So here he is. We've got his pencil drawing down here. To me, it kind of looks a bit more like a Return of the Jedi kind of Han, I think, with this hair. Doesn't look like Empire Strikes Back to me. But got him in the window, got his DL44 just there. On the side, we've got Han Solo in the black and Han Solo Bespin in the red. The other side is number 70. And we have his picture and his bio. So, without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Right, so here he is in his blister pack. There's no hidden accessories, no hidden stand or anything like that. We just got his DL44. I must admit it looks a little bit small in the box. But what we do, I'll grab him out, take some pictures, we have our first impressions, and then I'll come back with an in-depth review of what this figure can do. I think the face sculpt on this guy looks pretty cool actually. In the box I was a little bit sort of unsure, but definitely from like the sort of angles, the side angles and stuff like that, it looks alright. Maybe his eyebrows look a little bit too glossy, but yeah, he looks alright. So what I'll do, I'll take this guy away, take some photos and just see what he can do. So we'll see you in a mo. Hello, so welcome back. Now I've been away and I've taken some photos of this guy, which I'll just show at the end of the video, and I absolutely love this guy. He's really good, he's really photogenic, he looks like Harrison Ford, and yeah, I mean his poseability and all that's great as well, so it's pretty good. And I didn't actually say where I got this from, and I got it from In Demand Toys for $5.99. That's an absolute bargain. Normally retails about $14.99 to about 20 quid. You know, they say these in the sale, but it's normally still roughly around that price. So I think for $5.99, I don't know if he's still there on In Demand Toys, but yeah, grab this guy straight away. He's absolutely amazing. And I think the likeness as well is pretty good for a Black Series figure. So we get in with the review, and he comes with one accessory, and that's his one accessory that he needs, which is his DL44 blaster, and I've put that in his holster. just a little bit tight in there. There you go. Stay. And yeah, I mean, it has paint apps and it doesn't have paint apps, which is a bit of a shame. So we've got the brown bit on the handle down there, and it's made of a nice gunmetal plastic, but unfortunately it hasn't got like the silver nozzle on the end. So I'm gonna have to sort of paint that up just to get that kind of sort of look in there. The only thing I would say about maybe painting this is that it does fit into his holster, and it's very sort of tight down the end. It doesn't really sort of fit flush, so once it goes in, it has to go right down into that hole. You can just see it just sticking down there. So doing anything like that, it's going to actually give it a bit of paint rub, I suppose, as it goes in. And that fits in his right hand, and you can see he's got his trigger hand already, and it's a nice fit. Just twist it around and his finger just pops straight through, so you can't actually go wrong with it, and it just fits in all right. I do think it's a little bit small, maybe, I don't know, it just looks a little bit too tiny. It just needs a little bit more robust, I think. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool. So we can just put that straight back into his holster down there, and we're going to his poseability. So his poseability, you know, it's not too bad. It does hinder, like as most of these people, where they've all got these 1970s haircuts, they're always a bit too far down the back. So because it's like a sculpted hairpiece, it kind of gets in the way. So you can't really truly look up. You can look down quite a good amount. His arms come up, and he's got a rotation. He's got a rotation at the elbow. He's got more than a 90-degree bend, and then he's got rotation at the wrist and also on the hinge, and obviously his head does go left and right. His ab crunch at first felt a bit stiff. It is there, it just feels like there's too much paint inside, and when I pulled it quite up, you can see a little bit of chipping and stuff in there, but it's quite far up that you won't really get there. But yeah, it feels a bit sort of, I don't know, it feels like it's scratching on the bottom part. It doesn't feel very nice. It feels like I've got like a model kit in my hand and it's kind of scraping on there. We've got this part here which is very sort of rigid, and then we can go up to his legs and they can come out this far. Obviously this side's a bit more hindered than this one because of the belt. We've got an upper thigh rotation. We've got a double jointed knee that comes quite far up, and then obviously we've got the rocker and the pivot at the ankle, and it's a nice rocker as well. It's just very smooth, but actually feels quite like it's going to keep him upright. So yeah, the only part we have here, which is this part here, so he has a upper thigh rotation here, but obviously you can't really use it because this is glued down here, and then obviously it's all connected up here, but this bit don't really sort of like hinder his legs. It's more this part here, fortunately. But with posing all right, you can sort of get his legs into the right positions and whatnot. But looking at this Han, I mean, yeah, I mean his face, sometimes I look at it and maybe it does look a little bit cartoony in a way, but I think they've got Han Solo sort of down to a T. Like, they definitely got his posture. I do think maybe his jacket's a little bit too high at the back, so he looks a bit sort of like hunched. But you know, he's got his sort of like more longer limbs and longer legs, and I kind of like it as well. Like, he actually sort of stands quite flush. He doesn't have to have his legs wide open and whatnot. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good sort of action figure kind of sort of pose. So with his sculpt, we can look at his face, and yeah, the paint applications on there done really nice, and the hairpiece is a completely different sculpt to the head, which I think always works a lot better. His eyebrows are a little bit too glossy. They do show up more on the camera because obviously with the light reflection, but yeah, I mean his hair, there's no wash or that in there, but the actual sculpt of the shape of the hair I think is done really nice. And then he's got his, like, it's not really like a denim jacket, it's more kind of sort of, I don't know really, just like a bit of a puffery type. But yeah, it's alright. I think for general use it does look alright. I think it gets the look across. It's a shame about the sleeves look a bit more glossy than the actual sort of vinyl part here, and this is made of that sort of soft vinyl as well, and probably could be removed, but I mean you could always repaint these arms to the same colour as that, so you could get like a Return of the Jedi kind of Han being captured by Jabba the Hutt. But you know, so there's never no need to take that off. And inside we've got the sort of sculpt of his unbuttoned shirt that goes up and down, which is pretty much a normal sort of Star Wars looking t-shirt. And then we've got this sort of little black belt around the bottom with all the rivets and the paint applications on there, and that's done really nice as well. And then to the actual leather part belt with the silver, and yeah, as you all know, I do love a leather effect, and I think it comes off really nicely. Definitely like a cowboy-esque kind of sort of look, bit sort of used leather and stuff on there. And then we got the sort of like little communicator, I guess, something on the belt, and that's done nice. And then down to his legs, we've got this sort of riveted yellow strip on both sides, and into his leather boots. You know, so they're not too glossy, definitely sort of like used and worn, where all these sort of like actual glosses come off. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, they're pretty nice. And for $5.99 for a Han Solo, that's a decent Han Solo as well. It's not like a Force Awakens Solo or anything like that. So yeah, I'm really glad that I got this guy actually. So for you guys out there, if you want to get him in your collection, it's time to buy him for $5.99. If you want him on your shelf, Han Solo, original trilogy, what more could you ask for? So guys, thank you very much. This has been my review of Han Solo Bespin. You can subscribe down below. You can follow me on Instagram. You can click the thumbs up, subscribe. You can do all that. And I'll see you next time. Bye.